pew, 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 pew. What is happening, guys? It's Alex, and I am back for a bonus Monday episode of the podcast again, trying to fill some time for you guys. I know a lot of you guys are stuck at home, so I'm trying to create a little extra content as much as I can every single week. And today, I brought on a familiar guest with those of you guys in the Gravy Gang. You've heard him at a lot of our live events. And it's Patrick McLellan, the one and only @P McLellan, the inventor of Snake City, host of It's Lima Time podcast, America's Astros podcast, and he looks like he's running a jazz coffee shop right now in quarantine. How you been, bud?
I've been quarantined. I don't know if you've heard. I've had to shelter in place. It's pretty great. I'm loving it. My attic's haunted.
Oh, your attic's haunted, huh?
Yeah, there's a real ghoul in my attic.
Do you name him yet, or are you all friends, or are you just kind of trying to stay away and give him his space?
I'm not too thrilled with it. So trying to figure out how that happened. It's probably a demon, but it's just in the attic making noise. So we're taking that. I guess that's some action.
Yeah, I feel like you deal with ghouls a lot. Like you have a lot of encounters.
But this is a real actual ghost. Like it's not a bit. There's a real thing up there, not a raccoon. Makes noise. It kind of walks around. It's got these loud like boot like things. Sounds like it has buckles on its boots, like Vigo the Carpathian or like a pilgrim or something. That's all it does. It just walks around and moves stuff.
From just pacing, moving.
Yeah, but like I just have a lot of questions. Like, how did it show up?
Like, wouldn't it have to die up there? Like, do you think somebody died in your attic maybe at some point?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I yell at it, but not too aggressively. I do call it the ghoul. And I'm just like, hey, go next door. Like they're terrible people. I'm trying to entice it, saying that they have an air conditioning, ghoul-friendly attic next door.
Yeah, you got to sell the attics.
I mean, it's messing with my pre-lit Christmas tree. Like, what does it want? How did it show up? And please never come out. Don't come in the house. Don't show up in my mirror like Bloody Mary. Don't write on the wall with blood. Those kind of things. Don't move stuff around. No poltergeist activity. But yeah, so that's kind of disconcerting.
Yeah, I would imagine just being stuck with a ghoul's got to be just crazy.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm already quarantined. You piece of shit ghost. Like, get out of here. So at least there's some action here though. I'm not bored.
I see you got your guitar there with you. Like will you ever strumming the guitar and he kind of starts like stomping like with the music? Maybe maybe you could find out his least favorite kind and then like play that to get him out of there. I know that a lot of like military will do that. They'll just blare bad music and then it'll get people to surrender. Have you thought about doing that?
I actually have. I did a live stream the other day, and I was just playing. I think it was just like some Pink Floyd backing track, but I was just like trying to tell the ghoul like, hey man, like what are you doing here? Pretty much all I just laid out, but it was to him in song. And then also I posed the question, like, would Toby Keith get him out of there? But if it is in fact a hell demon, they would probably want more Toby Keith.
They would enjoy that. Like, play Red Solo Cup again. Come on, I want to hear it again.
So I mean, yeah. So I don't know what this. I mean, if this ghoul wants to hear "Should Have Been a Cowboy," I will play it for him whenever he wants.
Beer for My Horses. I'm trying to just name Toby Keith songs now at this point.
Yeah.
Talk About Me.
I love this bar.
Courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue.
Yeah. Hey, Ghoul. You ever heard about Freedom? Hey, Ghoul. I bet you've never heard about my pet bald eagle.
Do you hate the Taliban too? I'll tell you about my hatred for them.
Yeah. Hey, Ghoul. Let me see. Where are you from, buddy? I'd like to see where you're from first off, because there's certain kinds of people that I don't take too kindly to, and demons are one of them. I'm a man of Jesus. So
are you a citizen?
Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. Ghouls. So now Toby Keith and Lee Greenwood somehow involved in this. And all the freedom fighters are out here, and unfortunately, it backfired. The ghoul was a Revolutionary War veteran and
Ah.
a one of our. He was a Minuteman. He's a Minuteman. So yeah. So yeah. But suck on that, Toby Keith.
Oh, then you need to play Missy Elliott for him. I don't want no 1 Minute Man. And then I think that was Missy Elliott. I don't remember if it was. I know it was a song in the 90s or early 2000s.
Yeah. What? I
Maybe
don't know.
that'll do
She.
it. And then if he's
How
like,
many
"Oh, you
misdemeanors?
don't want a Minute Man."
Yeah, was that Missy? Was that how many misdemeanors does she have? Is one question I have.
That is a good question. I don't know.
I'd say none. I'd say it's a
I don't.
nickname.
Yeah, she seems like she just kind of follows the law.
But yeah, so yeah, yeah, the ghoul, yeah. But yeah, I'm playing some guitar. The ghoul just sticks to walking around, bumping into things every now and again, going through my Halloween decorations. I don't. Some baseball cards are up there. I
That's
mean,
what it is. It's the Halloween decorations, dude. What's a ghoul's favorite holiday? Obviously, it's Halloween. So you have those Halloween decorations. You might as well just be like, that's like leaving candy out for a mouse or leaving cheese out for a mouse, dude. Like he's gonna come right to that stuff.
yeah, that's true. That's true. But I mean, I'm pretty skeleton heavy, so I don't know what
You
ghouls'
are.
relationship are to skeletons. I like them. I don't know. I don't know what ghouls. Ghouls typically they eat the undead, or they eat. Uh, they go around the cemeteries and they eat dead bodies. Is what a ghoul
I
does.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
See, we're all learning here today.
Yeah, if you want the etymology on ghoul, it's Arabic, and yeah,
Hmm.
they just roam around. They're terrible undead creatures. So they're like zombies, but they eat yeah, they eat dead bodies. They
So a ghoul is like you can actually like touch a ghoul. Is it? It's not like I thought ghouls and ghosts were kind of the same thing. Those are very different than you're saying.
I think it's just I think it's like a ghost version of a zombie. Like it has to
Hmm.
continue to eat dead flesh or it'll die. Like
Okay.
so it has to keep consuming. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully that's not a ghoul up there. Great, it's a great word, but hopefully it's just a normal phantom. Maybe it's a phantom.
Yeah, I don't know. Do phantoms can be tricky?
There's only one phantom, and that's the Phantom of the Opera. I don't know. I mean, do you know any other phantoms?
Um,
There's Phantom Planet.
Phantom Menace, dude. Like
Phantom
ever?
Planet was that. It's that band with what's his name? Oh, they did Phantom Planet did the California
OC?
the OC. Yeah,
California.
California. And what's his name's in it? The guy
Um,
with the hair.
no, I know who you're talking about. I just can't think of his name right now either.
He's in all the God. California. Hey,
Somebody look that up. I know people are yelling at us right now with the answer, but
something with a J.
it's not Jared Leto. I was gonna say Jared
No,
Leto right off the bat. I was like, that's
no,
30
but
Seconds to Mars.
if he joined, it would be a super band. Oh, I had it. I had it for just 1 second, and then it was California. California. Okay.
Hold on. We're finding it. I'm gonna find it. No,
Jason Schwartzman.
Alex Greenwald, Jason Schwartzman.
Jason, yeah, it's Schwartzman. In it?
Yes, Jason Schwartzman was in it. Yeah, he's
Yes,
not
I
in it
pulled
any
it out.
longer.
Look
Good
at
call. Good
right
call.
here. And then now I'm gonna play my my cover of no, I'm not gonna play that.
Oh, do it. Do it. It's a
No,
musical show now.
no, I'm not.
Musical ghouls. Oh, yeah, you don't want to upset the ghoul again. But maybe like the ghoul though, going back to that, maybe that just like it motivates you to like stay alive during this whole virus thing. Cause like if ghouls do indeed eat the flesh of the dead, then the last thing you want to do is give them fresh flesh to eat.
You know what? Honestly, that's at this point that is welcomed. The ghoul, if I am happen to perish, God willing, like for this Easter, dear Lord, please take me. You, you can have me. I will serve you in heaven. I'll let the ghoul just gnaw on all my meat. Just get me out of this place, please. You come back. The Jesus comes back, and then I get to go to heaven. It's like a flip. It's like a
Okay, like a Freaky Friday kind of
Yeah, it's
situation.
like a Freaky Friday thing. So, except I don't have to. I don't have any. I don't have to do the duties of the Lord. I just get to go out there and hang
But
out.
that would be kind of cool to get to do the duties of the Lord for like a day. Like I wouldn't want that responsibility. Like as we saw, Bruce Almighty already did this, but like like that's fun at first because you can do whatever you want. But like after a while, you're like, dude, quit sending me these emails that are really just prayers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. These are all these. You're just asking for stuff, and it's like, and I'm gonna have to sort through these, and most of it's just nonsense. And then,
We're all needy. We're very needy people.
yeah, and then there's like the people that actually need stuff, and it's like, yeah, this is yeah, being the Lord is way too much work, and yeah, I guess I'll just have to die. Not gonna die for everybody's sins. It's like, fuck.
Like what? You guys have so many steps. Like why is this my problem now? Like why don't you figure your own shit out?
You know what? I've noticed that we blaspheme every time I come on the show, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Well, we are going to do the "What Would Jesus Do" segment, so I think that'll make up for it.
Oh, I feel yeah. So I think you're the one that makes me blaspheme. That's great.
That's my thing.
Typically I like to lift the Lord's name on high.
No, I do too. Usually with like a bong or something, but like I mean, just not right now.
You know what I like? I like to pretend that Jesus was just a really, really sorry. I'm getting feedback on my getting feedback on my amplifier. That Jesus was a real shitty carpenter. Like it was the one thing he couldn't do, and like he couldn't do anything right with carpentry. And everybody had to pretend like that his like gazebo was good. And
Power off.
Because they're just like, that's God's son, dude. You better say it's fucking awesome. Like he's entering competitions. They're like, dude, that boat sucked. No one made a way better boat than you.
Like,
and he's like,
and
oh, but I made a pontoon boat. Check this out. And they're like, dude, that's kind of off-centered.
So embarrassed. Yeah. He can't. He's like, oh, just you do. Why? Okay, is this the ghoul?
It's the ghoul.
It really is.
I think it's the ghoul. It really is haunted. I was skeptical at first, but now I'm coming on board.
Okay, ghoul, we're doing.
Knock it off, man.
When I'm on a podcast or doing the ghoul, you know the rules. Actually, I don't know
Ghouls know the rules. That's what I always say.
Ghouls know the rules. Yeah, get back in the attic. Oh, see?
Stay in your spot, dude. Like you get the lower half of the house. He gets the fucking attic. You gave him an attic. I'm sure he's not paying rent.
I don't. I actually. That's another thing I had in the song. I demanded. He does owe rent for April. I'm not gonna let you haunt rent free. This is a tough time for all of us.
I get it, yeah, but like, you know what? You need that income too.
Like God, fucking yeah. If he would just pay rent, like I think we could work something out. But.
Do you think it could have been like a furloughed ghoul? Like maybe like the Ghoul Academy was like, look, we got too many ghouls on hand. Sorry, bro. Like you got to go to an attic right now. Like we can't afford to keep you on staff at this point.
It's not a good attic. It's not floored. It's just there's just a bag of wreaths that my mom gave me that I don't use. It's got a pre-lit Christmas tree to mess with, some just miscellaneous stuff. It's not a good attic to be in.
Minus the Halloween decorations, obviously.
So but that's if it's just a ghoul and it's not a conjured up hell demon.
That's true.
It's probably a hell demon.
How do you know the difference between the two?
Well, hell demons are up to no good, and they are going. it's slow playing me. It's either trying to lure me up there, which I'm not going to go to the end of the attic. I don't go up there.
I saw it. It's like reverse it.
Yeah, you can't. But yeah, so hell demon is up to something, and there's a kid down the street that he's kind of like a vampire type kid. He probably conjured this up. I'm pretty sure it's him. He's always walking around doing rituals with bird bones and shit. Just so like, I'm thinking that he conjured this hell demon up, and now it's a portal. But he should be. Yeah. So they should be with the kid with the bird bones house, not mine. Unless it was directed at me, which it probably is. So
did you irritate the kid? Did you do something that this kid might have? You might have this kid in like your crosshairs or whatever.
I hate this kid. He's too young to be doing rituals. Number one, he drives around in one of those fucking toy jeeps in the middle of the street.
So how old is this kid?
He's like 6 or 7. He's too old to be in that jeep. Number one. But yeah, he's doing rituals. I don't know how he's gifted. He is gifted. He's got the gift.
Some sort of protege, maybe.
Yeah,
What is
his
it?
mom's probably a witch. I don't know, but yeah, he's a terrible kid. So now I've come to the conclusion that is a hell demon up there, and we're in trouble.
Do you have any crosses on hand? Like maybe hang up some crosses around this kid, and that'll kind of help keep his all the stuff he's throwing at you away. Like stock up on some garlic the next time. Have some silver bullets just in case. Just in
Yeah.
case. I don't want to like condone shooting a kid, but you never know. Like if he comes at you all vamped out, like
Oh,
you got to take
yeah,
him down.
I wouldn't think twice. Yeah, I'd shoot him. I might just shoot him
This is Texas. As long as he's coming to your house on your property, you gotta stop him if you can.
yeah. It's the this is my castle rule.
Yeah, castle
I
law.
don't know. It's me. It's my George W. Bush. It's me. A man's castle is his only throne. I don't know sayings. There's a ghoul in Patrick's attic, and we're all very terrified right now. We're all very scared.
That's a pretty good Bush.
Do the rest. I'm gonna do the rest of the show. I'm gonna do the rest of the show as me, as Bush.
Do it. I'm all for it.
Hey, so Pastor Gravy. I usually say that at Thanksgiving, but Laura, she's tired of me painting all these dead soldiers, these dead kids. That's all I've been doing is painting dead soldiers. That's all I do now. Laura's like, hey, stop painting them. I'm like, I can't. It's my penance. It's what I get. I have to paint them. It's my cross to bear.
That's all I know.
I gotta paint these haunting pictures. Truth be told, George W. did get pretty good at art. He
did.
He's pretty fucking. He got pretty good.
I wish they would give him like a Bob Ross show. Like I would watch the fuck out of George W. Like just painting on Netflix. Just give him a Netflix show. Like it doesn't have to be long. Just give him like 6 episodes. And I would be like, today we're gonna paint my favorite palm tree I've ever seen in my life. And it's like, tight. I'm in. I'm all for it. Let's go. What are we doing?
Yeah, he did that one. It was like he drew a picture of him, like himself in the bathtub, like he did like the quintessential like female picture with her legs in the bath water, but it was like his legs in the bath.
Like, I was just imagining Kenan Thompson from all that in the raincoat teaching us how to do French. Like maybe that would be what George Bush would be wearing in there.
You know what?
That might have been a little after your time though. You're never really an all that guy, huh?
No, I don't even know what that is.
It used to be like Nickelodeon's SNL, and Kenan Thompson was on it before he got the SNL gig, like as a kid, and he would always teach you French, and he would be Pierre Escargot, and he'd be like, ha ha. And I don't know, it was like as a kid, I thought it was hilarious. Now looking back, probably not as funny, but that's just what I was picturing.
No, I think that the French accent is one accent that even though it is racist to do that, it is very hilarious. And you're still allowed to do it.
I don't know if it's racist.
Yeah, it's. I mean, you can't do the Asian accent. You can't do that's.
Well,
that's
yeah.
super, but why? It's the same.
Homeboy from SNL taught us that.
The same thing. Yeah. Shout out
Shane
to
Gillis.
Shane Gillis, Chinatown. Where you at, buddy? Oof.
Oh, that was a bad mistake. I always wonder that with my podcast. I'm like, if I ever got any serious like job, I think I'd get fired right off the bat because I've definitely said shit where it's like, I mean, I'm fucking around, but if you take anything out of context, it's gonna look terrible.
Yeah, there is a 100% chance that from my baseball podcast, I will get canceled at some point.
You almost got canceled. Speaking of your baseball podcast, it's Lima Time, the best Astros podcast out there. You did kind of get canceled. I believe, was it Jose Altuve news you were pretending you had?
Oh no, the jury was no, that was a backfire that I did not
anticipate. Tell us that story.
Oh man, it's gonna make me so mad because I still don't understand. I still don't understand what happened. Okay, so I like to do bits sometimes, you know. I like to have fun online, you know.
I thought this was America, you know. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, and being someone that's, you know, in the sports media that lane, I decided that I'd break some news. I had some breaking news, and actually, now I think about it, it wasn't the best thing to do because I did actually break I had the Granky deal like
Mm-hmm.
6 hours before anybody did. So I actually like broke like the Granky trade. So like so I had built up credibility with people.
Uh-huh.
And there's Sports Radio 610, there's stuff and the baseball podcast. So that's kind of that's where I wanted to play with. Like
Right.
there's a chance I could be telling the truth. Now, anybody who follows the Astros knows the second you hear Jose Altuve is involved in something, it's Patrick, it's a bit.
Uh-huh.
The people that know me should have known immediately, and people who know the baseball should just be like, Jose Altuve is not in any kind of controversy. He doesn't. I mean, we found out he didn't even use, like, the only guy that didn't use the trash can.
Yeah, you
Like
get buzzers instead under his
yeah,
jersey. Everybody knows that.
yeah, like Altuve's his biggest fault is that he gets terrible tattoos, and the terrible tattoo that he got is his daughter's name. So it's even his worst thing is still angelic. He's a hero. So yeah, I just said that I had this breaking story, this huge Jose Altuve story that I was going to break, and I I stretched this out for 2 days. Okay, so saying that I was just about to do it, and then something would happen, or I had to confirm a source. I mean, stuff that like anybody with their wits about them should know that if it was huge news, it would not take somebody 3 days to do it.
Right.
I left people hang. I mean, it was hilarious. So then it
Well, I
became
honestly believed you. Like I believed it because you at first when you tweeted it, I was like, okay, he like I know you were a pretty reputable source, but I was also like, I know he's kind of silly. And then you said it, I think twice that first day, and then it was like the second or third day. I was like, okay, I think he's just messing with everybody now. Like I don't. I think
right.
he's just baiting us. And it was like at that point, yeah, like I thought most people should have been like, okay, this is just a bit.
I'm gonna pull up some of the tweets. Yeah, because okay, so and that's fair that you thought that, and that was the point, that enough,
Right.
just enough. I was using, technical journalistic terminology and stuff, and I would just, I kept saying that I had to that I couldn't break the story until I had my sources, it was confirmed that I had integrity, and that I would not, and until it was confirmed true by my source, I would not divulge any information. And people were just say it, just say whatever it is. I was like, I can't. My source is very close. Oh man, but so I just kept. Then I wanted to see how long I could go. Just how long I could go without delivering any kind of news. And
You should have gone
people.
like 2 weeks. That would have been funny. Just like
I
drag
mean,
it out
I
that.
I mean, I was into the third or fourth day, which is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, right.
And then, I have to pull up some of these tweets. I mean, I could see where people would be mad if they jumped in like mid, like to me, it was a whole narrative.
Uh-huh.
My mistake was I assumed that everybody had read every tweet in the thread and knew every. So so without reading all the tweets, definitely you could get tricked.
Uh-huh.
I forget that people, and that was my mistake, is that I forgot that people just hop on Twitter, and whatever's there, they're reading it. They're not reading. They don't know the whole backstory. They don't know
People don't
what a
understand
callback.
threads
They don't know what.
sometimes. Like if you're not familiar with Twitter, like you don't get that like, oh, this is a whole story I have to follow along for.
But see, but then I'd have to keep doing like these sensational tweets, so, about like that the big how two big stories coming. It's so if you came in on that, I could see where you'd be upset. But I uh, then I then I was tired of doing it, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna just give everybody the hint that it is not real, and I said that 13 MLB players, including Mike Trout. Um, actually, was I went and I looked up every single player that that wears the number 27 in the big leagues was part of this conspiracy, and it was also tied into the New York Yankees organization for the 27 rings, and
Ah,
they had a cult, and there was a conspiracy that every player wearing 27 had pledged their undying loyalty to the Yankees and this weird sex cult. Yeah, and I said weird cult, clandestines. I mean, it was just ridiculous. I mean, Mike Trout is, even if he was a pedophile, he would be protected.
that's
I
Mike
don't know what.
Fires you're thinking of. But yeah, I get you.
Yeah, Mike Fires. Speaking of real actual pedophiles that messages underage women, Mike Fires.
He's big on that TikTok game. A lot of those 14-year-olds apparently are following him on the TikTok. I saw he was putting out some vids yesterday.
God, he sucks. And none of the players liked him. I think that was a personal vendetta against the Astros. That yeah, that was either retribution to somebody, because from what I know, that he was not popular with the guys.
Well, he wasn't even on the final roster, the postseason
Right,
roster,
right. So
was he? So yeah,
yeah, he wasn't on the playoff roster, but he was actually very instrumental in that. In
he
the
had a no hitter that season, right? It was the same season.
Yeah, I mean, the whole rotation was down. He held the team together for about a month, pitched great, and then didn't make the postseason roster. But yeah, apparently, according to one player who I won't name, he is a quote a little bitch.
I can
He's
see
a
that.
whiny little bitch. So
We actually have like our listeners to submit questions in, and like a couple weeks ago we got the question that who's hated more in Houston? Is it Bill O'Brien or Mike Fires right now? And I went Mike Fires just because Bill O'Brien, you're still kind of stuck with him, and he's on your team.
Bill O'Brien and he's much worse than Mike Fires.
You think so? Because Mike Fires, like
Yes.
he put that whole cloud over the Astros, I thought, and so people are more like "fuck you" for going against the team, where Bill O'Brien like sort of is going against the team, but he's still on the team.
Yeah, Bill O'Brien is like he's our enemy, and we're still dealing with him. Mike Fires we get to like bat against him now.
That's true.
So yeah, so Bill O'Brien is the worst thing to happen to
Well, dude, he
Houston
got Brandon
football.
Cooks. What are you talking about? He fixed that. He fixed the error he made. Brandon Cooks is exactly as good, if not better, than DeAndre Hopkins, right? Yeah, no, I get it.
I mean, I don't, I'm not a big Bill O'Brien guy. I've never have been.
I don't
I
know
think
anybody that is, honestly,
there are people
besides
that
Cal McNair.
I think he's a terrible coach. I think he's a good enough guy. Maybe, I don't know. He's kind of arrogant. He's really arrogant. So maybe he's really not that good of a guy at all. He can't fucking. Oh man, he's just the worst. He's the reason the Texans are gonna be 8-8 forever. And then he
Mm-hmm.
fucking trades away DeAndre Hopkins for fucking David Johnson, the fantasy football team ruiner. If you have David Johnson on your fantasy football team, you draft him early, and he's hurt, and you are gonna fall between 6th and 10th place.
I play in a keeper league every year, and like I know nobody gives a fuck about my fantasy football team, but there is a guy in our keeper league that drafted like you forfeit the draft pick in your keeper league of wherever you took the guy you're keeping the year before, right? And if you
Okay.
keep the same guy, it moves up. Like if I keep somebody for 2 years and I took him in the 4th round, then the second year he's a 3rd round pick instead of a 4th round pick. I have to give up until you could technically just give up your 1st and 2nd picks to keep the 2 guys. But he picked up David Johnson as a free agent, so in that case we make you have to give up your 16th pick. So he's like, all right, well, fuck it. Like, and now he's like on his 12th pick that he's given up every year. And he's like, I got to ride it out with David Johnson. He was so good that one year, like that first year where he broke out and nobody knew who he was, and he got him for nothing. And I still just got to hang on to him. And I was like, all right, like
so
he's going to fuck you over. But like, he's like, I know he's going to fuck me over, but like, I can't for just a 12th pick.
Yes, that's the worst. That's the worst kind of. I'm trying to think who else. There's a group of guys that are like that where you have to take them depending on where you're drafted.
Todd Gurley was kind of that way the last couple of years. I mean, Todd Gurley still produces, so you're still going to kind of make your money back on Todd Gurley, but like sometimes it's like they're just not going to run him anymore. Like, okay, cool. Like the last half of the season, we're just going to run with his backup instead. All right, let's rest him up.
I mean, it's all a crapshoot, and I don't know if I'm going to play next year. I will, but I've been
gambling too much to play fantasy. I think
I've been threatening to retire for a while. I just don't. Actually, I take that back. The Houston Comics, the Houston Comics have one of the best leagues and most competitive leagues, more competitive than any of the other leagues I've ever been in. So it's actually pretty fun. But other than that, fantasy football is for fucking dorks.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun. It's just like I'm in 3 leagues that I've been in for like at least 5 years for like the shortest amount of time. And then there's one that my dad and I have been in since like 2001, and like it's with the same people we used to live with in the neighborhood in Atlanta. Yeah, and it's like it's just like I'm sticking with it, but like. And then I was in one when, like, since I've been in my sophomore year in high school, like, got a lot of the same guys in it. And it's like, all right, okay. But then everybody's like, hey, join my league. And I've done, like, 4 leagues a couple of times, and it's the worst. Because then you have, like, the same fucking teams at a certain point. Yes. And, like, last year I was like, I'm not drafting anybody I have on another team. Like, I can only have one similar player. And it's like, I don't care. 2 of the teams are probably going to suck, but maybe one team's good. None of the teams are good last year. I just drafted shit teams.
Yeah, that's the worst. Well, see, sometimes I go the other way, where I love that we're in fantasy football talk. You know what? It's the quarantine. You guys aren't doing shit. We got a ghoul in the attic. The ghoul loves fantasy football. We're talking fantasy football.
He's been awfully quiet since we started talking fantasy football, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I can't wait till we have to hear who the ghoul has on its team. Can't wait. Fucking, it's probably got who's that Cincinnati? He's got Chris Henry. Ooh.
Oh yeah. Dude, like I do, like, we always joke about like, oh hey, who's on your fantasy team? Nobody fucking cares, man. And like I just hate the fucking guy at work. There's always 2 or 3 people at any job you're at that's like, dude, and I had so and so got me 13 points, and then fucking what's his face only got 4. Can you believe that? Dude, I don't care. I'm not in that league. It has nothing to do with me.
Yeah, I don't care if Hitler himself is winning your league. I don't care.
I would actually care about that, because that'd be interesting to know. Like fucking Adolf Hitler, he didn't even know about football.
Yeah, he's fucking German. I mean, like, it's all the bad thing, terrible.
I thought he was drafting soccer players.
He's probably so intense that he's got his German scientists, Nazi people. They figured out the game. They've got their blitzkrieg. His team's blitzkrieg, obviously.
Hitler definitely drafts Christian McCaffrey, right?
If he's
that's the perfect guy for Hitler.
Yeah, he's gotta go. Well, yeah, he's gonna go. It's gonna be an all area.
Wes Welker kind of guy. What's his face on the Vikings? Adam Thielen. He's going him.
Absolutely. But see, at the same time, he wants to win though. So I mean, I think Hitler would.
Who would be on Hitler's fantasy football team? At Past the Great Pod, let us know.
Yeah, who would? I think Hitler would. He wants to win. He's the blitzkrieg, or some terrible Jew pun that we can't. That's off color that we can't repeat here. It's like Hitler, come on, man. Like, can you not? And he's like, what? I'm going
He'd be
to.
such a dick in like the group chats or those Monday emails everybody was sending around. You're like, dude, fucking knock it off, bro.
The same,
This
like
is offensive.
just the same GIF. Like he's just a really bad meme. He's a bad meme and giffer.
Oh yeah, he'd be terrible at that.
He's terrible at it. He's extremely good. He's 10-0 to start the season. Very just killing everybody.
It's like you hate him, but like, damn it, the guy's good at fantasy football, maybe.
Yeah, and it's like he's got a tight end, and in the flexes he's playing 2 tight ends. It's like how does he doing this? He's fucking he's Hitler. He's like I know I love my fantasy football. This is my Hitler.
Like George Kittle's his flex. Just to throw that. He's like, oh no, we're good.
He's got Kittle and he's got fucking who's the guy for the San Diego tight end that was killer? I don't know. He's got 2 good tight ends. It doesn't matter who it is.
He's got Kittle and Travis Kelce. Those are his 2 guys.
Yeah, fucking yes. And
you're like, God damn it, how'd you get them?
Yeah, and just Hitler. He's always. I'm trying to think who would be his quarterback. Yeah, this is very important.
Brady. He's a Brady guy, dude. Hitler sees the success that Brady has and was like, I'm not, these wars I've been part of, not super successful. This Brady guy, 6 ships. Okay, I'm in.
He's jealous of his hot German wife that he could never get. So I don't know if he could deal with that. I don't know if he would like that.
He's just envious though, I think. So he's like, he respects that he got a German wife. So he's like, I gotta go with this guy.
That's true. I mean, and he's blonde-haired, blue-eyed Tom. You can't pick a better poster boy for the Aryan nation.
We're just gonna save that clip, and that'll be our headline grab.
Forget my podcast. I'm getting canceled on yours doing Hitler's fantasy football team.
Patrick McLellan, Tom Brady, perfect person for the Aryan nation.
Yeah, Hitler wasn't so bad after all at picking his quarterback. No, he'd have like Phillip Rivers.
Oh yeah.
But he would just be a matchup guy. Hitler would just be the most frustrating. Yet, you gotta respect him in fantasy football.
In fantasy football only, nothing else.
Not as a person or anything that he's done. And also, he's dead. He's a ghoul. So the ghoul of Hitler is really just he's winning your league, and you gotta take a look in the mirror. If you're there for freedom, if you're a Toby Keith guy like we are.
Big Toby Keith podcast.
Yeah, if your colors don't run like ours don't, then you can't let the ghost of Hitler win your fantasy football league.
I agree.
He's talking like this. He's like, hey, it's.
He leaves you voicemails every time he kicks your ass each week, and you're like, God damn it! I know he's calling. I'm not answering it. Oh, hello, Patrick. Just wanted to let you know I'm just a terrible
Hello there.
Guten Tag.
I noticed the score was a little bit lopsided this week.
Did you see the score? It looks like I have more points.
Let's see. I guess who I started. He just goes and then he has to listen to him tell about what he did in his flicks.
It's like, I know Hitler. I saw the score, man. I don't want to talk about it. I'm upset. But every Monday, he calls. He lets you know. Even if he's got a guy playing on Monday, he's already beat your ass. Like, you're just like, fuck, now I got to watch Kittle go off on Monday Night Football while I've already played my last guy. This is the worst.
I still have my kicker to go. I've got my kicker. My kicker will outscore your whole team. It's me, Hitler, and my team Blitzkrieg. The ghost, and again, I am the ghost of Hitler. He's very excited about his kicker.
Speaking about sports, staying on sports, but not football.
Get off Hitler. Let's get off Hitler.
We can't talk Hitler the whole podcast. Baseball. You are the host of It's Lima Time. Obviously,
maybe it used to be. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it still a show? Possibly. We don't.
But that was what I was gonna ask you. Like, are we gonna have a baseball season, man? Like,
no.
You don't think so?
No.
You don't think we're gonna have a shortened season or anything like that? Like, what would your idea? Like, what do you think I saw that they had that Arizona plan. It doesn't seem like that's going to happen now, where it's
No,
just
it's not.
biodome baseball. We're only playing at spring training facilities. Like, would
It's.
you rather watch baseball like that? Like, if they gave you a half season, would you still be like as into it, or do you think
I
they
mean,
should just wait?
no. It. That's what I think. The historical aspect of it, just you can't do it just for stats for everything. You just can't do it. I think if they could have gotten started like by mid-May at the
Mm-hmm.
latest, possibly, but like you're not starting in the end of June. You're not doing this shortened season. It's just I no, just wrap it up.
I mean, I've always been somebody that thinks like baseball has way too many fucking games.
Oh, for sure.
And like maybe this was like I was like maybe this is the opportunity. I didn't realize how serious this was right off the bat. You know, like I was like maybe this will be the opportunity that we're like, okay, well, you know what? Let's play 82 games or 83 games and do like kind of what the NBA and the NHL do, where it's a lot of games. You get a good sample size, but like 163 games is a lot of fucking games, or 162 games, however many they play. Like that's a lot. And I was like, what if you just shorten it down, like kind of cut that in half? Maybe we would have that opportunity, but I don't feel like that's going to happen now. It looks like we maybe have like a 60 game season or something like that.
I mean, it'd be fun, I guess. I mean, because I like baseball, but from like I'm a purist. I'm a historical kind of guy, surprisingly. And my favorite kind of history is World War II, baby.
Obviously.
It's me, Hitler. I'm back to talk some baseball. All right, I won't bring up Hitler for the rest of the show. I promise. I promise. We're gonna lift the Lord's name on high from here on out. But so that's just kind of it. Just kind of cheapens it. I mean, it's just with nothing going on. Will I watch it? Yes. Are the Astros going to be good no matter however many games they play? Yeah, they're going to be great. That's why I want it to be a full season, because I want them to go out there and beat the shit out of everybody, which they're going to do, and they're going to win the
Oh,
World
this is
Series.
actually the Yankees year this year, is what it was looking like. I was
It's
pretty
go-
pissed because I thought Yankees had to go all the way, or I was
but
going to be very
it's
pissed.
Astros Yankees again. Like it's so the rivalry is so much fun, and they're both worthy teams. The
Mm-hmm.
Yankees, like they hate each other, or at least the Yankees don't like the Astros.
I don't think the Astros like the Yankees. I've been to a bunch of Astros Yankees games the last couple of years, and I never get any compliments on my Yankees shirts if it's not from another Yankee fan. But I don't know. I think it's an equal amount of hate. I think it's an equal amount of hate. I think Yankees fans have gone a little overboard with the asterisk tour
Oh
shit.
man,
Like, just hey, cheating in baseball has been a thing forever. If you're not cheating, you're
thank
not doing
you.
it right. And I'm
God,
I'm a diehard Yankees fan, and it's like I don't give a fuck. The Astros are the champs. Like, we don't need to make shirts that say we're still the 2017 champs, because like
it's
you don't need to
so
prove it to anybody. You already are. Like, I don't think that anybody can take that away from you. But like, God, Yankees fans that look like jackasses just go into those spring training games and like, give the ring back. Hey, give the ring back. And you see us? We got them so good. We burned them. We burned him.
yeah,
Look at me. I'm yelling at this guy that has nothing to do with the team, but I'm yelling at a fan that's wearing an Astros hat. You're like, tight, man. Like, you really showed that guy.
yeah. I mean, yeah,
Let's just
that
stick to throwing beer at people at urinals. Like, that was our thing, all
yeah,
right?
yeah. Wearing like old woolen fucking Babe Ruth jerseys, like from the era that he wore. There's always some racist guy that look. He's definitely he's not from the Bronx because it's a different neighborhood now. But he's just yelling. He's got the old wool Babe Ruth. He's in the bleachers. I can't do a really good Yankee accent. I can only do Boston and
That was
Hitler. I
fine.
can only do Boston and
Boston,
Hitler.
yeah, he's a two-trick pony.
But yeah, they're just like he just you fucking bums, get out of here. You cheating, you cheaters.
That's like that was more Boston right there, but it started out okay.
Yeah, well, yeah, that guy he commutes back and forth, so a lot of his friends are from Boston, so it's
He
kind
he
of
yeah, he had a job in Boston for a while, so
yeah. He worked at MIT and he finished equations on the wall. His name was Will Hunting, big Yankee fan. But yeah, no, I'm completely with you. The cheating thing was the most overblown, ridiculous thing I've ever witnessed in my entire life from any sports. It's the
like
stupidest thing. Like I just
did the
don't.
Yankees fans forget like the '90s? because I don't forget the 90s. I'm going to take those championships. I'm not turning those in. I'll tell you that. Like, everybody was roiding, though. Like,
Yeah,
fuck. Like, hey, guys, that's cheating. Like, we didn't steal signs, but, like, you did steroids.
but it's just really hypocritical that the Yankees fans were. I'd be mad.
It's
I mean,
like
I'd be
politics, honestly. It's like you're just bitching to bitch. Like, you don't know any. Like,
well, like,
most of the times they
but
don't know all the facts about anything that they're complaining about.
right, and that's the thing that made the Astro story so ridiculously overblown is that people would read these cheaters, these headlines, and not really understand that it's fucking that everybody, not only does everybody do that, they do it exactly the same way. The Yankees, the Red Sox, Dodgers have been busted all doing the same thing. That everybody in the league was doing it. And honestly, I don't want to get too much into it, but
Yeah, we don't have to.
it is a giant conspiracy, and Manfred 100% was trying to cover it up. Was trying to cover up the sign stealing, and was forced because of the story with the Astros being in the World Series and that had legs, and was forced to do something because he had been brushing it all under the rug for many years.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And he was looking the other way, and so that's the thing that pisses me off, is that the other players pretending like they don't do it, like the Aaron Judge and fucking
Dude, they got the Apple Watch thing like a couple years ago.
and fucking Giancarlo Stanton talking about how many home runs he would have hit if he had been on the Astros or whatever. Like, you would hit the same amount of home runs that you would have hit. Like, y'all were doing it too. Like, you guys were doing this too. Just because you weren't as good at it.
I do think a lot of the players, though, honestly, I feel like they might have just been kind of on the troll train a little bit. Like, I'm not saying all of them were, but I do feel like some of the stuff that people were saying was like, I mean, yeah, I could hit a home run every single time I was at bat if I knew it was coming. And it's like, yeah, like, I think you're just kind of being a dick and kind of trying to throw shade. But, like, I don't think they meant all the stuff they were saying. I definitely do think that, like, Giancarlo meant what he was saying, which was idiotic. But, like,
well,
I
yeah,
don't know.
and Judge was pissed because he the MVP was there, and that was so, like, and I could see where you get in a clubhouse full of your guys, you're right there, you lose in fucking heartbreaking fashion in 2019, you lose to Dallas Keuchel in 2015, the wild card game, and then you lose. Lance McCullers throws a million curveballs in a row.
Yeah.
So the Astros are not the Yankees' favorite as it is. So like,
and there's one more thing you can pile on them with.
Right. It's, I mean, and the Dodgers are the whiny ones. They are the whiny little bitches of them all.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that happens when you don't win in a long time. Like, it was like the 70s when they won.
Like, they could have fucking won. You could have won that. You should have won that World Series if you didn't have a bonehead manager.
Or you, Darvish.
And fucking, yeah, if you have Dave Roberts and you Darvish, like, but I mean, fucking, you lost games at home.
You lost a game 7 at home.
You lost 2 games. You lost game 2 at home. You lost game 7 at home, and you just got railroaded. Like, fucking, sorry, fucking bunch of crooks.
We don't, like, not to talk about the cheating scandal anymore, but just one last question I had for you, though, is I saw that Major League Baseball said that Hinch and Luna will have served their full suspension even if there is no baseball. Do you think that it's, like, I don't think it's realistic. I would love it if that happened. I think it would be awesome. But do you think there's any possibility that, like, we're like, Dusty, appreciate it, bro, but AJ served his suspension. Click. Gotcha, buddy. But, like, hey, we're just going to go back with what worked for us. Like, do you think there's any possibility that they come back, or are they going to end up on the Marlins? They're going to end up on the Marlins if not.
Yeah, Derek Jeter setting up the Yankees down south. Derek Jeter, he's a winner.
Not yet.
And Jeter running the Marlins, or is he just?
Yeah, that's how we got Giancarlo. That's how the Yankees got Giancarlo. He was like, "Do you guys want to just give us, like, peanuts and we'll send you Giancarlo Stanton? That'd be cool."
Yeah, he's like, and he sends one of his baskets that he used to send to his lady callers.
That's like one of the best stories of all time.
Yeah,
and the Jeets, where she was like walking in, he was just watching highlights of him, so like, yeah, Jeets, yeah, Jeets.
He is the best, and I don't care what anybody says. Derek Jeter is a legend, and I will fight anybody. And I've been in some bad Twitter fights with people calling him overrated.
He's not at all.
No,
I don't think he's the greatest shortstop of all time or anything like that, but like
he's a fucking legend, and
he was a baller.
And I had to reel off some stats on people, and they're like, "Oh, even James, my co-host, was like, I didn't realize how many hits he has. Yeah, he has a lot of fucking hits.
3,000.
He's Derek Jeter, but so shout out to Derek Jeter. What were we talking about? Hitler? Hello?
No, about you don't think there's any chance that AJ Hinch and Jeff Luhnow get those jobs back at the end of the year?
No, I don't. I think Luhnow. No, I'm surprised he's not banned from baseball for life.
Dude, he was just like Luhnow was. I loved Jeff Luhnow. Jay Moore had him on his podcast right when he got the Astros job, and I remember listening to that and just being like, "This guy is a fucking stud."
He's a fucking monster.
And like I thought, like everything he did, he came into Houston and sent that letter. He's like, "We're gonna suck. Like we're not gonna be good." And we just ask you guys to just – it was basically pre-Philly saying trust the process, making that their thing. Like the Astros were the OG, trust the process. We're going to be trash, okay? We're going to throw out Robbie Grossman. You're going to have to like Robbie Grossman for a couple of years. Like Brad Peacock's going to be our go-to guy.
Shout out to Robbie Grossman, though. For real.
Yeah, and like those guys were fucking – we're going to have JD Martinez when he's not good. We're going to do all this shit. And then – they fucking turned it around. They built it up and they fucking won like he said they were going to do. And like I remember because I worked Astros games on Sports Talk 790 for the 3 years they were the worst team in baseball, and I absolutely despised baseball. I was a Yankees fan, and even when the Yankees were on, there were times I don't want to watch baseball because I am sick of this. Like Astros games took like 7 hours because the
it was
starter would get shelled. Lucas Harrell would just give 9 runs in the first inning.
Goddamn Lucas Harrell. Yeah.
Games would start at 7. I wouldn't get home until like 1 a.m. because they got shelled every other inning. And you're like, okay, cool. This is fun. We'll do it again tomorrow. Thank God it's a day game so I can maybe get home by 7. Like,
yeah, it was unwatchable baseball.
But he was building it. It was a process. And like everybody that would call in on the 10th inning show, Matt Thomas was like, just trust what they're doing right here. I think they got a bunch of good guys. They got this Springer kid in the minors who's killing it. And like, they'd slowly bring it up and like, oh shit, yeah, he knows what he's doing. And then it paid off. And like, it almost paid off again last year. I just thought like
it should have.
It's a tragedy.
8 outs away. Yeah, that was, and they shit the bed. You want to talk about cheating? Yeah, the cheaters should have won that World Series.
I think so.
I mean, they were the better team. They were the best team in baseball. The Nationals they won the Nationals won the World Series.
Just think about the wild card game against who they play in the wild card game where the Brewers, right? No, they played the Brewers in the wild card game, right?
Oh yeah. The wild card game, yeah, they had that crazy
error that allowed them to win the game. It's like, what if that didn't happen? Like, God damn it, that's like the Music City Miracle with the Titans. It was like that one fluke kind of got you all the way there. You rode that momentum. You were able to get it done, but. Like, I don't know.
But Howie Kendrick was hitting grand slams against the Dodgers or a 2-run home run. I mean, they were the team of destiny, and they came in and they shut us the shit down. Couldn't score any runs. I'm sorry, I'm getting too really close to the microphone because my plug, not my drug dealer, my literal plug.
So you don't think there's any chance like AJ Hinch is back on the Astros or Luhnow?
No, I'm shocked that Crane fired him. I mean, I get it from a PR standpoint, but I don't unless they had some under the table thing saying, "Hey man, you're done for the year. I'm getting Dusty Baker, and you're coming back," and it was understood. I don't see it happening. It should. AJ Hinch was the guy. It should be managing till he dies here, and it should have a statue, and still should have a statue. He's the best. Replace
that fucking big ring that they put up there, like 2 years later that they added outside the stadium. Just give it an AJ Hinch statue.
He's the best, man. He's the players have to just feel so shitty.
And he had to take all the blame for that shit. But let's not like just dwell on the negative. Let's not dwell on the negative. Let's do some segments we do.
Let's bring Hitler, but let's bring Hitler back.
Maybe not that. Maybe not Hitler. But before we do that,
I just Jameis Winston. Oh no, Tom Brady. Oh no, I have to make a trade later.
Now he's British.
Fantasy football Hitler. Look, it's from a weird part of.
It's a hybrid accent.
Yeah, it's a weird. He's been drinking. It's fantasy football Hitler.
Before let's get it. We're gonna see what Jesus would do here in a second. We're gonna go from Hitler to blasphemy again, and just right up our wheelhouse. But before that, why don't we tell you guys this podcast is brought to you by our good friends at Southern Star Brewing Company. I know times are tough right now. Everything's forced to close. Let's support those small businesses. So Southern Star Brewing Company right now, they have beer to go. You can go out there, 3525 North Fraser Street in Conroe. It's also available in many stores locally around here. I know my HEB has it, Total Wine, Specs. Most liquor stores have that Specs stuff or have the Southern Star beers. You can go stock up on them there. But right now, if you want to go pick up beer at Southern Star Brewing Company, they have awesome merch and stuff you can get as well with your beer. They have like packs. You can get a hat, shirt, and beer combo if you go up there. They're going to be having beer to go at the brewery noon to 6 p.m. On Thursdays, Fridays, noon to 7 p.m., Saturdays, noon to 7 p.m., and Sundays, noon to 6 p.m. You can go up there, pick up some beer. If you pick up some beer, hit me up. Send me a picture of you with the guys from Southern Star, and I will pick one of you guys. I'll give you guys a PTG shirt because we want you guys supporting those local businesses out there. It is tough right now, and we want to help everybody keep the lights on. Southern Star has been so good to us, so you guys need to be good to them. And also, it's election year, all right? We're in an election year, and your vote counts. The most important election, and I'm not talking about Democrats versus Republicans. I'm talking bombshell2020.com. Go over there and vote. Do you want the red Bombshell Blonde can or the blue Bombshell Blonde can? Are we going to rebrand Bombshell Blonde as a red thing? It's been blue forever. Actually, right now I'm drinking a blue Bombshell Blonde. If you're watching the video version, I got one of those bad boys, and they got the new red cans. Those red cans are sexy AF. I have some of the red cans in my fridge over here. I just picked the blue one out when we started the podcast. But bombshell2020.com. Go vote. Make your vote heard. Your vote matters more now than it ever has. Southern Star Brewing Company. Pickup times, again, Thursdays, noon to 6. Fridays, noon to 7 p.m. Saturdays, noon to 7 p.m. And Sundays, noon to 6. Tell Keith, tell Dave, tell all of them, the Pass the Gravy gang sent you up there. Send us a pic at Pass the Gravy Pod with the Southern Star people and some Southern Star brews. We'll retweet you, and I'll pick one of you guys to give a PTG shirt for. But go sponsor or go support Southern Star, who sponsors us, and support the people that support us. Southern Star Brewing Company, the official beer sponsor of Pass the Gravy podcast. All right, Pat, you ready to get into some what would Jesus do and just hypothetically talk about what Jesus would be up to, huh?
Yeah. Can we write a quick jingle for Southern Star?
Let's do it.
Star Southern. What's this? Southern. What's your favorite star? It's my Southern Star. That's it. It's by Toby Keith. I love this bar. I love this star. It's Southern.
That's
pretty good.
Actually great. I'll clip that and I'll send it over there, and they'll probably use that as a.
Or what's the one I want to do the parody is Star of the South, sweet potato pie. Cut my mouth.
Shut my mouth.
Yeah, cut my mouth. You can't. I don't want. We're not paying royalties.
Gone
with the Wind was a very good movie, and I'll watch it again. Southern Star Brewery. All right.
That was great, dude. That was
Thanks,
great.
Man.
Hey, Keith and the gang over there, I think they're gonna use that. You guys, we got you guys some free promo material right here. All right, so
let's do about some Jesus.
This is the What Would Jesus Do segment. Now, a long time ago, my friend was talking to me about it was a bachelor party I just got back from, and I was like, I can't remember how it came up, but he was like, I wonder what Jesus would have done in that situation. And I was like, that's a great idea for a podcast segment, and maybe a little, like, we've lost a lot of listeners from it. I would say that's what people have been vocal about leaving the podcast for. But I was like, guys, we're just having fun. I'm not serious. We're just fucking around. Like, why don't you take shots at like Muslims or Buddhists? I was like, because I don't know about that shit, right? I grew up going to church, so like I'm gonna make fun of what I know.
You know what I love? I love fantasy football Hitler. I love all the Hitler talk. I love the ghost and ghoul talk. But I tell you one thing that grinds my gears. It's putting the Lord in situations that he wouldn't be in. So that's my take on that. So I will not be listening furthermore. Thank you.
Really, the Lord would be in every situation if he's with us all. If you think about that.
Yeah, buddy.
Think about that. All right, so if you want to send us some a situation Jesus would find himself in, use the hashtag PTGWWJD to @PassTheGravyPod, and we will pick it that way. We're going to keep doing this segment. Like we said, we're going to do this segment until you guys stop submitting things for it. So until you guys do that, we are going to keep going. But this is the What Would Jesus Do segment.
Jesus, what would Jesus do? Jesus, what would Jesus do? Put him in a situation in a modern time. If you wrote this jingle, do you think he'd make it rhyme? So think about this crazy world in which we live today, and how would Jesus handle it in any given way?
All right, our first What Would Jesus Do? Let me use my Casey Kasem voice to read this. This week's WWJD comes from our good buddy Jingle Blake Wonder. He says, what would Jesus name his kids? What would Jesus name his kids? Like he had some like say Jesus, he procreates. What's he going with as kids? Is he going to name it after his father? Does he go Jesus the second, Jesus Jr.? I think Jesus Jr. You can call him JJ.
Oh, I wanted to use my God microphone for this.
Oh, I do like that. He's got so many mics.
I don't. It's not nearly as cool as I want it to be. So I'll use this later. This is shout out to the carpool karaoke microphone though. This is one of the best purchases I've ever made. It's fucking fantastic.
I mean, it looks like it. It sounds like it.
Yeah, it's a real hoot. But that being said, Jesus would he would go. Well, what are the genders of his children?
We don't assume genders here.
Fraternal twins. Boy and a girl.
Yeah, let's go with that. Let's go. He's got a boy and a girl. What do you name his kids?
Okay.
I like Jesus Jr. and JJ for short for that because I think it's a crazy move to name I know a lot of people name it after their father, but naming your kid God is that's putting just unrealistic expectations on it at some point. And maybe Jesus Jr. is kind of a Michael Jordan Jr. situation again. It's can you ever live up to that at that point?
Yeah, he's already. You're gonna have a Corey Haim, Corey Feldman child star situation there, and he is the Lord. That
would actually be a good TV show. Jesus' kid is a bad boy, and so he's just not following the church or anything like that. And you're this is what happens when things go wrong.
Let's stop talking about that because we should actually write that. That's hilarious.
Verbal trademark. Although actually, all the listeners of Pass the Gravy are lawyers, so we have attorney-client confidentiality.
Yeah, that's now your IP and now my IP by proxy. But that's a hilarious idea for a show. Yeah, just a bad kid. Not really a bad kid, but he didn't have the discipline. The Lord's a little bit too easy on him.
Or he's always been so strict at first where he's but he gets everything because he's the son of Jesus. So it's people dude, you can take that. We'll look the other way. Shit, man, whatever, dude. Tell JC we said what's up.
He died for his son's sins as well. So it's all I got to do is
I painted myself in this corner.
All I got to do is repent, right, Dad? And he's just God, yes, that's all. Yes, just make sure you ask for forgiveness, and yeah, of course. So he just plays him like a fiddle, and then Jesus's wife Mary Magdalene. That's when the controversy comes in.
It really does. And Jesus is Jesus maybe so busy with his work that he doesn't get to keep up with what his kid's doing, which allows his kid to get into more of that deviant behavior, and maybe that's where he goes wrong.
Does the kid inherit some of his a few of his powers? Not all of them.
He can walk on water, but that doesn't really help out in a lot of situations.
Yeah,
unless you're at a lake. But he goes to the lake house, and boy, he can get anywhere.
Tight though, yeah, extremely tight. He invents wakeboarding and all this stuff.
He can heal lepers, but we don't have a lot of those in modern times, so it's not really good.
Hey, you know what? He can heal COVID-19. You never know. The son of Jesus, and his name.
I bet he could.
Would be, he'd go old school. It'd be a good old Leviticus.
Ooh, I like Leviticus. We could call him Levi.
Yeah. What up, Lee?
Ooh, Levy's good. I like
pretty
Lee.
Cool name. Or just what if he named him the daughter?
Well, yeah, he does have a daughter.
Or no, he would just his
daughter Maggie, Magdalene, maybe.
Yeah, this is tough. What if he just he's
Jessica? That's close to Jesus.
Carol Baskins.
No.
Carol Baskins.
No. As if Satan had a kid and it was a girl, that would probably be what the name was.
Yeah.
But I don't think it would be.
I don't know. I
think
think she gets a bad rap. I don't think she murdered her husband at all.
I think that's a crazy take. I think that's an absolute crazy take.
And also, just while we're at it, that show was very overrated and not that great. The Tiger King,
I've watched it twice.
More like the tiger, the tiger czar, because he's not a real king.
I mean, I think that show is just a product of the fact that everybody was stuck at home and that came out that weekend. Like, because I would not have watched it that weekend if it was like Netflix was doing that thing where it's like, hey, watch this show. Hey, this is a new show we have. Hey, watch this. Hey, here's the ad again.
I watched it early on, and I'm going to go hipster with it. That was a thing that I was like, yeah, I'm immediately going to watch this fucking weird hillbilly thing, and I knocked it out. But yeah, it was okay. I mean, there's some, I get why it's memed and stuff.
I enjoy everything that's come from it.
Yeah, I mean, but I mean, my show, which is going to be canceled now, Eel Emperor, is.
They just aren't as like people don't like eels as much as tigers, dude. And I think that's just the part about it that you're gonna have to
terrifying, and you got just.
So they're electric.
Yeah, well, yeah. There's some electric. There's freshwater. There's saltwater eels.
Acoustic eels.
They're sea snakes. They're creepy looking. The Eel Emperor, and you got fucking It's just It was a good show, and I just think that it wasn't hillbilly enough. But there were a whole lot of eels, and those are just snakes they're just fish snakes. I mean, that's pretty much what eels are. So
that's what it was that got you the eels. I get it. Like, okay, let's just before we that. Okay. So Jesus' kid, I'm gonna say JJ or Lee for Leviticus, and then I'm gonna go Maggie for the daughter or Jessica because it's
I'm gonna say son Shaquille and daughter
Chrysanthemum.
Yeah,
like Christ.
Yeah, that's actually great. Yeah, Chris, that's pretty good. What about
Christy maybe?
Yeah, there's something about a burning bush. I don't know.
George W. Bush.
Yeah. Hey, it's me. It's George W. the third.
George W. Burning Bush.
The burn. That's my nickname in college. They called me the Burning Bush because I was always on fire. Catch my drift.
Guys, we're not being blasphemous. We're just quaranteasing around. All right, just a couple guys quaranteasing around while we're trying to pass this COVID-19.
I love the Lord, and you know what? Guess what? The Lord loves jokes, and he loves a good goof.
He's a funny guy.
What if he just went Adam and Eve? What if he took it back to the day ones? You know what I'm saying?
I don't hate that. I really don't. I think that's it.
Go Adam and Eve, and then they buy them a pet serpent that can talk.
All right, I think that's it. That'll be our WWJ segment. Let's get on the serpent segment, okay? Snake City. You don't have to go too much into it. I feel like that's all we talk about whenever you're on the podcast. But I'm out. I've not invested in over a year now. I was really upset with the way you handled my investments in Snake City. It just kept I bought it for infrastructure, not more snakes. And your plan just kept being like, Alex, I bought 1,000 more snakes with all that money you gave me. And I was like, I am losing thousands and thousands of hundreds of thousands of dollars. And you just are investing in snakes, and snakes don't build things. I don't know if you realize that. They just slither into holes. They have no hands. They can't build anything.
Okay. First of all, you need to show some respect because they are very, very, very sneaky creatures. You go back.
I just get bit. The one time you took me there to show me what was being, you said they were building a new fucking cul-de-sac, and I just got attacked by snakes. No, thank you. I'm not going to go back, and I'm not going to show them respect because they're dicks.
We talk about Adam and Eve. Let's talk about the original serpent. How fucking convincing did that snake have to be to trick them into doing the one thing they weren't supposed to do? And he
just
was
by sticking his tongue out.
And he was the only talking. He's like, the red flag should have been sky high. It's like, okay, are the other animals talking? No, just.
Or was it drugs? Like, were you just on some sort of fucking?
Just this one
drugs?
snake. This one snake seems very adamant about us doing this one thing. I feel like we shouldn't do it.
Should we eat that apple? I don't know.
Like how convinced? I mean, so shout out to the serpent. I know it's the devil.
I'm going to take that shout out back. We don't shout out to the devil here.
you know what? I like the devil. You know what? I mean, I like the Lord. I lift his name on high.
A little bit of a yin and a yang situation we got to have.
The devil didn't ask for it. The devil has a full-time job that he didn't ask for, and he's doing it to the best of his ability. I mean, he's running hell, and he didn't ask for it. He's like, fuck, I did not ask for this, and now I gotta do all this. It's like, and now I have hooves. Now I'm part goat. Great. Thanks. So yeah, so shout out to the devil. Like, I don't like what he's up to, but like you gotta respect somebody who does a job that they didn't ask for. That's a volunteer for you.
Back to Snake City. To Snake City.
Okay, serpent. Oh yeah.
All right. Originally, when Corona came out, I heard my first report was that it was from a snake. Somebody ate a snake and it was bad, and I was like, that is gonna kill Snake City. But then it comes out that like it's a bat. It's a bat that did this. What are your thoughts on bats? Like you're crazy about snakes, but like bats, like they seemed like they were. I was team Batman. I was a fan of that. He's kind of a dick now. Like I don't trust him anymore. But like they would always eat mosquitoes. I'm anti-mosquito here. Like they seemed like they did good. Now they're fucking like.
No.
What the fuck, dude?
Okay, guys, bats should have never been trusted. I mean, they sleep upside down. They're Strix 2 and 3 right there. It sleeps upside down. Okay, that's not. Have you ever seen a bat sleeping upside down? It's disconcerting.
It's weird.
Okay, do you want to trust something that vampires turn into?
No, thank you.
No, they're dogs with leather wings, and they're bad dogs, and they're terrible. They're terrible. Like
they're furry. They're a bird that's furry. Like what the fuck is that?
Yeah. And there's people like they get all cutesy about bat puppies. Like, yeah, okay, cool bat puppy eating its fucking banana. Wait till it gives you fucking the next corona. Yeah, they're terrible. They're like little bears with leather. They're terrible creatures. Shout out to the Chinese for eating that bat soup.
No, not shout out to them. What the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
They're doing what they should be doing, eating those bats.
No, you shouldn't be eating them, obviously.
Yes, you eat them.
They cause diseases, dude. You don't eat bats.
Well, I don't know. They do and they don't.
They do. They do. We have this because of that.
Yeah. Bats do. They cause a lot of problems, and if they get into your garage, they will not let you get into your car for a couple weeks. So that happened to me for a while. So shout out to that family of bats that was a Russian organized crime bat. I mean, they would not let me get to my car. Fuck bats. But if you're gonna eat them, like don't soup.
Don't eat them. Don't eat them.
Soup isn't the way to go. Like maybe like fillet them. Slow cook. If you slow cook the bat meat, it'll fall right off the bones, baby. You know what I mean?
Eat quail. Eat other birds. We have a lot of other birds you can eat. We don't need to eat bats. Like bats aren't. That's not a delicacy.
They're not birds. Number one, they're flying rat.
They're close to birds. I count them as birds.
Rat. Fucking. What are
brats.
they?
They're brats. That's what it is.
Yeah, why are they in existence? Like why do they have leather jackets? What are they the fawns?
They hit jukeboxes and shit. They're always hanging around jukeboxes every time you see them.
Yeah, they already. That's very true, and it's
vandalism. I'll tell you that much. The Fonz. A lot of people will think he's the coolest guy. He's a vandal. He's banging on fucking jukeboxes. He's taken away from up and coming artists that have those CDs in there. Like. Maybe the Fonz was the worst guy. A lot of people are thinking he was their favorite guy on Happy Days. I thought he was the worst.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, he had a leather jacket on. I didn't trust him. I was like, "There's a hoodlum. He's a greaser. He's probably running around hanging out with fucking Travolta, running around singing fucking dumbass songs about summer loving. They're probably Eskimo brothers.
Oh, they're 100%, 100%.
Summer loving the Fonz is okay. I'm not going to sing that. Anyways, bats are terrible. Snake City is thriving somehow. The coronavirus is tripled our profits. So this is a really good time to get in.
Guys, don't listen to him. It's a terrible investment. I invested hundreds of thousands of dollars that went to just buying more snakes. There's nothing there but snakes they don't like you. They don't want you in Snake City. They want to hang out in Snake City by themselves. Like, it's not a great touristy place to go.
Well, okay. Well,
I'm not trying to take down your business, but sort of I am, because I'm upset. I'm a little bitter, and like, I've been bit by too many snakes.
Well, yeah. Okay. That's just not great. Yeah. The snakes, that's
It's a huge downside.
Pretty big
More downside than upside, honestly.
Pretty big downside is they a lot of them are poisonous. They will kill you. There is no anti-venom anywhere in sight there. That being said, they did just get a permit for riverboat gambling. There,
You might have you back in then. If I can gamble on something.
Is in a dangerous river with anacondas and God knows what else. Yes,
I don't know, man.
But riverboat gambling is tight, and there's condos all around it. We're calling it Serpent Cove. It's going to be great. It's going to be, yeah. There's gambling. Fertitta's probably looking to open up something down there. It'll be a bunch of Landry's restaurants. It's going to be great. Just think about it.
You should call it the Golden Serpent to just kind of take a shot at Tillman.
Yeah, what I'm trying to think of. What are all his stupid ass restaurants? Shout out to what an asshole that guy is. Yeah,
he's paying his employees now. I mean, it had to go viral that he wasn't before he did, but he's doing it. I don't know. I'm not coming to his defense.
Tillman really heavily involved in Snake City. One of the biggest developers. Yeah. I don't know if you know that or not.
I didn't know that.
He was a silent partner, but then he couldn't keep his mouth shut because he's a big loudmouth asshole.
You got that right.
Yeah, he's trying to move the Toyota Center into Snake City. It's like, buddy, like
you can't just pick it up and drop it, dude. Just build your own.
That's not how it works. Like, bring a hockey team here and shut your fucking mouth.
I'd be cool with that.
That's about it. That's all I got about that.
Okay. Let's move on.
So riverboat gambling and snakes, and there's only 15,000 people have died.
Most people have gone
this week, and none of those are COVID-19 deaths. Those are all snake bites. So not great numbers there, but you live and you learn, or you die and you try. I don't know. Hey, that's one of my sayings. One of my sayings: you live once, you die trying. You 3 times for.
Sounds like Drake and 50 Cent maybe mixed together. Said those.
Once you go for it. If you don't go for it, you win. When you lose, I don't know. Hey Laura, leave me alone. I'm trying to paint my dead soldiers here, and my good buddy Hitler's coming over. We're gonna talk fantasy football, getting our draft. Our draft preps, we're getting our mocks ready.
Mocking it up.
Hitler's running and gunning. He wants Phillip Rivers. He thinks he's going to be great in Indianapolis. I personally don't know.
All right, I thought we weren't talking Hitler anymore. It feels like it just keeps going. He keeps coming back into this conversation.
Look, I'm very convincing. My accent's very weird, but I'll tell you this: I am a back-to-back fantasy football champion.
I'll give you that. He's good at that.
Every week.
All right, let's move on to let's do some more segments. All right, you want to do that?
Okay, yeah.
Maybe that'll get us off the Hitler talk.
Let's do it.
Let's get into the not cool segment right here, where we tell you guys
Hitler's
something.
Not really cool.
Hitler is not cool. That'd be a good one to use for this segment. Just something that's happened to you in the last week that makes you say, that's not cool, man. Like I always say, you could stub your toe. That's a not cool. Or you could get stabbed, which is a really not cool. So anything that's happened, like if you want, I'll go first. If you want to hear mine first, kind of figure out what you want to say in yours. But this is the not cool segment.
Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool.
Not cool. Not cool.
Dude, that's not cool,
man.
Dude, that's not cool.
Not cool. Not cool.
Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool.
All right. My not cool this week is this dog that lives next door to me. These people, I guess, when they leave, it just barks nonstop. And it's one of those where, like, and he's not, like, obnoxious, and I can go to the other side of the house, but it's like, I'm always, like, in the side of the house that he's barking at. And it's like, he'll just, yarf, 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 yarf. And it's like, just quit leaving them alone. What are you guys doing? I guess you're working. Maybe you're essential employees, but like, dude, figure it out. Figure it out. And it's like, you can't really do anything if your dog's going to bark and you're out of the house. Like, it's unfortunate. So that's what I got for my not cool, really.
Yeah, it's hey dogs, stop barking. How about that?
Like, I get it. Sometimes you want to flex and like show people, hey, don't mess with me. But like, you don't need to. You sound like a whiny little bitch when you're just barking, and it's just because you're in your kennel. Like, just chill out, man. They're coming back. They always do.
Yeah, you have no concept of time. Just fucking like just relax.
Chew a bone. Chill out. Take a nap.
Yeah. Fucking chase the mailman in your dreams. You fucking bozo ass dog. Stop barking.
So the dog next door is mine.
Yeah, I'm very much against unnecessary barks.
I mean, my dog barks anytime she hears like my neighbor opening their door or like a sound. It's like
that's provoked. That's being provoked. That's.
But I can quiet her down quick. I'm like, no, stop. Just not. And she kind of chills out. She maybe do the little quick like, oof, oof, like. Then I'm like, oh, that doesn't bother anybody. The loud barks is what pisses people off.
I am a big fan of the. Oof, oof. It's just like
I could bark. I'm not, but just know, don't fuck with me.
Yeah, it's a pretty tight move.
That's like the equivalent of the fake punch your friend gets you. Like in school, you're like, I didn't hit you. Flinch, 2 for flinching. Like that's what the dog's doing, I think, when it's half barking.
That's pretty tight, actually. See, I don't like it. I don't like the flinch game.
I don't either.
Big. In fact, I might have to start a whole foundation against. I don't know what bullies are up to these days, but
hopefully at home, cyberbullying maybe.
But if they're doing anything with, if they're still doing frogs and dead arms and flinches and that kind of stuff, you know what? It's 2020. We can't have that.
There's no place for that.
Because I mean, if you ever get like a really just on the nose dead leg.
Oh, it's the worst.
Yeah,
it's the worst. It lasts forever.
It's the one guy that can punch, and he just knows he studied acupuncture, or he's an MMA guy or something. He just like, oh, all I gotta do is frog you right here, and then you don't have a leg anymore. You have to have it amputated. So yeah.
I lost 2 buddies. Two of my buddies lost their legs to that. So
yeah, see,
tragic.
You know what's not cool? Dead legs.
That's a good one, dude. Cool. It's a really good.
But on a real note, also bothering me isn't ghoul, whatever that noise was. Don't do that. It sounds like you're shaking up change. You better not be a hobo ghoul, because that's the last thing I need right now.
This is the worst.
Anyway, there is I am plagued by a crow. That it's the early morning crow. It shows up at 7:30 at least every single morning and just caws at my window. And this has gone on for ages now, and I don't know what it wants. And
it's probably from that witch lady with the vampire son. Honestly, like.
Oh yeah, the fuck.
They're probably behind that.
Yeah, you know what? That makes perfect sense. But this fucking I don't know if you've heard a crow caw, but it's just like
it's loud.
It sounds like a caw. It's like, what do you fucking go fucking find Edgar Allan Poe? Get out of here. It's too early in the morning for this. Like, just a caw for no reason. And crows are terrifying birds, and they're very, very smart. And that's one thing that's disconcerting is that they can recognize faces. You know this? Yeah. This
facial recognition.
Make sure that your listeners know that before we get off here, that crows can not only can they recognize people's faces and remember them, they can recognize their own face and other crows' faces. That's not great.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't either. They're vindictive. They will they commit crime, which is pretty tight. But
they commit murders.
Why
they're murders of crows. People forget that.
Very good, very good. Yeah. That's not. Yeah, that wasn't some friendly name. They were called murders of crows because they murder people. They
deadly.
Crimes. They rob and steal from their own bird tribe. They caw at me in the morning. They're fuck crows.
That's a really good not cool, honestly. Like that's a
And
solid not cool.
Also, like you can't see this, but I've got a skeleton hell crow here. Hell crows eat flesh, and you watch out for hell crows. If you ever
One more reason to watch the video version of the podcast, guys.
yeah, don't if you ever end up in hell, then thoughts and prayers because those hell crows are gonna be nipping at your bones all the time. It's not gonna be great.
So that was our not cool segment, and we got one more segment, and I'll let you go. I know you're busy being quarantined, so I'll get you out of here as fast as I can. But we got the answers segment coming up next, and if you got a smelly home right now, and a lot of you guys haven't been able to get out of your home, one way to get rid of that is by ordering a Little M air freshener. If you're one of the lucky ones who can still go shopping online, obviously, then go check out littlemshop.com, littlemshop.com. All orders are 20% off until further notice when you use the code HOMEBODY at checkout. As always, there's free shipping when you spend $10 or more. So you get 5 air fresheners at like $2 a piece. You got yourself some free shipping. Why wouldn't you just stack up on some awesome air fresheners? If you're missing your friends, let them know you miss them by sending them something from Little M. They also have journals, stickers, all kinds of stuff, keychains that you can get at littlemshop.com. And they have lots of low price items that are both fun and useful. Air fresheners to freshen up not only your car, but any place you have. And I know a lot of you guys have those stinky homes like I was just talking about. You have hand painted journals to document this super crazy time and prints to decorate your new home office. Since, you don't want to be the guy with like the white background of the Zoom. Like I know a lot of you guys at home, you're just like, oh, it's just cool. It's a white background. Like Patrick's got some cool plants. He's got his flesh demon
I do
skeleton.
have my used to. I do have this. I don't even care what. I do have my.
So I didn't know there's a phone.
Yeah, it's a functional. It's a phone, and this is. It really doesn't matter that I just broke and spilled a bunch of shit. It doesn't matter. Yeah, this is it's a real helmet.
Oilers helmet phone is what that is.
It's pretty tight and it works. And I'm calling the police right now. I'm on the phone with the police right now.
Okay, well, if you want any of that stuff, get your stickers to give them to your kids to shut them up. littlemshop.com, 20% off with the code HOMEBODY at checkout, and you get free shipping on orders of $10 or more. You get any Little M Shop merch, hit us up on Twitter at Pass the Gravy Pod. We'll give you a follow, give you a shout out on the next podcast, and hit them up at Little M Tweets. It's Little EM Tweets. Little M Shop, the best air fresheners in the entire world, the official air freshener sponsor of Pass the Gravy Podcast. This is the answer segment. There's no such thing as a stupid question. I was told that once in Miss Winter's 4th grade class in Atlanta, Georgia, and I remember being like, okay, cool, I have a question I thought was kind of stupid, raised my hand, got laughed at, and then I was like, she just said there's no such thing as a stupid question. I vowed that if I ever was in charge of anything, that I would make sure that was taken seriously. So I didn't get put in charge, but I started a podcast, so I'm sort of in charge of that. And I told you guys, you have a high thought, you have something you see on a billboard, something you see online, you're like, I wonder what the gang at Pass the Gravy has to say about that. Hit us up at Pass the Gravy Pod. Use the hashtag PTG Answers. I'm at Alex J. Middleton. Pat is at not Pat Dion. This Pat we're talking to is at P. McLellan on Twitter. And then we have Robert at Robert Barbosa. You have to use the hashtag PTG Answers. Let's get into that real quick before I got to play you my intro for that.
Well, if you just answered the question, why don't you just answer the question? Be honest, no big deal. Yeah, answer the question.
Don't change the subject, just answer the fucking question.
Any questions?
All right. Our first answers question this week comes from, who does it come from? It comes from our good buddy, Brett Brandon, at Price of a ZJ on Twitter. And he says, if two mind readers are reading each other's minds, whose minds are they reading?
Ooh. You know what? I don't know why I'm talking to this microphone, but I don't like riddles, and that sounds like something that the Sphinx would give you.
It does.
And
like you couldn't get into a pyramid without it or whatever. Even though
yeah, it's like what's black and red and walks at night, and it's two different. They're reading. I don't know. Two mind readers, two wrongs make a right. I don't know. Who knows, man? They're reading. They're reading each other.
And if a mind reader's reading your mind and you're a mind reader, he's still reading your mind, but you're also able to read his. So you'll just know that he's reading your mind while he knows you're reading his mind.
Yeah, y'all are just reading it. Yeah, you're just reading. It's just you're crossing the stream, so to speak.
So it's gonna be very confusing, I guess. But like, yeah, you would just be reading each other's minds.
But like, can you like you can? It's like you're narrating the DVD while it's happening.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? So, yeah. So it'd be a little bit annoying because you're like, hey, get out of my head. And you're like, get out of my head. And you're like, well, I'm trying to read your mind. It's like, well, I'm reading your mind. It's like, God. So they go
Knock
back
it
and forth.
off. But you too, then,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. Cut it out.
It'd be frustrating, but I think they would still definitely just be reading each other's minds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Nice try. That's very
that was a
cleverly
good
worded.
question, though.
We got to the bottom of that one pretty quickly.
Danielle Weston asks us our next question at Danny_Weston on Twitter. She says, "Why do bullets only do their job once they're fired?"
Ooh.
I think because they're lazy. You got to say bullets are pretty lazy, and like you fire them, and then it's like, oh no, look what I can do.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I can only go in one direction. Oh, cool. Yeah, fucking bullets. Bullets, cut it out.
It's about time bullets start pulling their own weight around here, you know?
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, fire yourself. Become. I want to. Like, we need like a.
Be productive before that, you know? Do something.
Yeah. Just. Well, they do look pretty tight if you're wearing the shells as a vest and a
Like on
rainbow
GTA.
light.
Yeah, I do that
Yeah,
all the time.
That's pretty cool.
On
That's
Red Dead Redemption, I'm a big bandolier guy. That's what it's called, bandolier.
That's what you know. What I'm gonna start playing that. I'm gonna go just be a cowboy. I've never played it, but I think that's what I'm gonna do during this quarantine. That's gonna be what I'm gonna do.
Not a bad idea. I think, yeah, I just think they're lazy. I think bullets are lazy in general.
Yeah, and also isn't that what Trump? Something with Trump. Ooh, I brought Trump up. That's right. I brought up Hitler.
Oh my goodness!
I brought up the devil. I brought up Hitler. Who else can I bring up? Trump. That's my holy trinity.
Just talking ticks on Pass the Gravy now.
But I was gonna say I love our president, and shout out to Trump, just out there killing it, out there firing people, being the bullets. The original bullets are just the original apprentice. Got him.
They might be, yeah. I just think they're lazy. Let's go with that.
Yeah,
They're lazy and don't want to do anything until the gun makes them and yells at them.
Yeah, and they're also they're very dangerous and devastating. So bullets, if you'd cut out that part as well too.
Problematic.
Work harder and be less devastating. Thank you.
There you go. All right, we got an email question here. This is from Brett Ebner. You can email your answers questions to us at answers@passthegravypod.com. If you could tweet them also at #PTG answers to @passthegravypod. This is from Brett Ebner, and Brett Ebner says, beaver pelt recession, a furlough? I think he's sort of right.
I mean, yeah, I can't. Yeah.
We're going to say just check.
We're going to say, yeah, that is correct.
Checks that box. All right, Brett. That was a good question. Second Brett question we've had. Not like two Bretts writing in. It's a Brett show today.
That's pretty solid though, to just get a one-word answer like, yes, that's correct. Yes.
Yeah. Open shut case. Nicholas in Iowa hits us up and asks us if we have I picked this question specifically for you. But this is Nicholas in Iowa. If we have an Earth Day, why don't we have a Moon Day?
Because the moon is a space-loading garbage piece of trash rock, and we hate it.
I knew you would go off on that.
I actually, no, we never. I take that back. The moon's fine. There is a moon day. It's every day when you look up.
That's night though. You wouldn't have a moon. You can't really have a moon day. You would have to have a moon night.
Well, the moon does come out during the day, which is.
It doesn't belong there though.
No, it doesn't, and it's fucking.
Know your place. Know your place, moon.
Yeah, it's the Sunday.
This is the sun's time.
Sun doesn't come out at night. Fucking see, I'm trying to be nice about it, but it just does little shit like that just really rubs me the wrong way.
It turned pink this week for some reason. Like, what the fuck's up with you?
Honestly, ask the witches, because the pagan witches there is definitely some sort of moon day, that there's some sort of there's some solstice or some fucking witch thing. What's that terrible movie with the Swedish people eat the people? Whatever that.
Hansel and Gretel?
No, what's it called? That's good. That
Hansel and Gretel sounds Swedish to me, honestly.
No, what's it? Some or something. It's it's a good movie. It's terrifying. What's it
I don't
called?
know.
It's something Swedish, and it's like summer something. You should see it.
100 Days this summer.
No, it should be that. No, it's son of a bitch. It's one of those things. Now I gotta ask Siri to look it up because now I can't tell people. It's called Midsummer.
Midsummer. Okay.
Yeah, and it's a weird pagan holiday, and that's probably something to do with the moon as well. So
Makes sense.
Yeah, there's moon. Yeah, there's moon. There's a moon day. There's definitely a moon day.
Okay.
In fact,
So
I'm
there,
gonna. I'm
there is a
I'm
moon
actually. I'm gonna let's look this up right now. We're looking it up right now.
we're just gonna Google it. You know what? Why not go to Google?
Yeah, guess what? It's National Moon Day, July 20th, bozo.
So it's still coming up. We have time to celebrate. So yeah, there is a moon day.
Yeah. So that's the that
Maybe
commemorates the day.
research, Nicholas, before you send us questions.
Yeah, July 20th. So yeah, shout out to Moon Day. We're having a big party. It'll be real fun. It'll be out of this world. Get it?
Ah,
Get it?
I like that.
Space is terrifying.
We're having fun, folks. We're having fun here.
Hitler is back.
All right, we got one last question for you, and I'll let you get out of here. This is from our girl Cassie J, the Squatch God. No, we don't know why she's the Squatch God, but
yeah, nobody knows, and this is a mystery that I personally.
She won't tell us. She won't tell us. Cassie J asks us. She says the sun. Time to pick on someone else its own size.
I love that. Yeah, you know what? The sun.
Like the sun's been bullying us, like just hanging out. Like we're no size or match for the sun. Like we get burnt all the time. Maybe knock it off. Maybe go fuck with another planet or do something else, dude. Hang out with another dwarf star.
Yeah, stop being on fire all the time.
Just chill out, literally.
Chill out, yeah. Fucking. But you know what? This is a message to all celestial rock formations.
Now listen, guys.
All planets, fucking moons, the moon in particular. You have the nerve to be the moon. All the other planets have cool names like Titan, badass
That's
fucking
badass.
name. That's a moon, but you're the moon. You fucking pretentious piece of trash.
I agree.
But the sun's just out there being a fireball, just shooting nonsense at us, making it hot, warming up our globe.
Chill out, dude.
That's the sun doing that. I don't know. Some people say it's people. I say that's the sun. If it's hot, then the sun's doing it. But space sucks. The planets. Do you trust anything in space? No. It's ever expanding. It's the space. Space is the ocean up there, and the ocean is space down here. That's
deep.
Parallel. Yeah, it's terrifying. We don't know what's going on. So yeah, fuck space, fuck the sun. Yeah, Jesus, come back.
Chill out. Just chill out, son.
Yeah, chill out.
If the sun is so hot, though, why is space cold?
Because space is that's how terrifying space is. It the place by its own. It has its own rules.
It doesn't care about like heat.
No, it's like it's like no. So what do you mean? I'm space.
I'm a vacuum.
The sun's heat doesn't affect me because I've got weird fucking purple plasma shit that you can't see all around us and black holes and I'm space. You got to wear a suit to be in me.
Watch out for these rocks that I throw at you.
Yeah. There's just space is.
It's problematic. It's a problem.
It is. There is nothing good has ever happened in space ever.
I can't think of one. Can't think of one thing.
No. Space. Oh, yeah.
It's a very good point you're making here.
Yeah, the moon is in space, so that it's bad and it's bad on its own merits. But space as a whole, it's too large, guys. It's just too big. We don't know what's going on.
It's becoming a monopoly, to be honest. Like, share it a little bit. Like we got somebody else has to buy a part of space, make it their own thing. Like it's just. It's becoming too powerful.
You know what? I wonder what space would do with a space snake city.
That'd be a terrible idea. Don't do that. Floating snakes? No, thank you. No, thank you.
We can. I mean, they're slow. Everything's slow in space. So like you'd at least be able to
You're slow too, though.
There's no gravity, so they're floating around. Yeah, that's terrifying, but it's something to look into. So I'll look into.
Don't do that. Please don't do
look into
that.
that. Hit up Elon Musk, see if he has a car he wants to send up with some snakes.
Just launch snakes up into space. A van full of snakes.
Yeah, buy more COPD machines, you fucking bozo, and send up with have a van with snakes.
That sounds terrifying.
Tesla, get out of here, you fucking.
More like Elon Musk, am I right?
Yeah.
Got him.
More like you're an idiot, Elon Musk. Got him.
Got him. Burn. And on that note, Patrick McLellan, thank you for joining the podcast, man. I hope you stay healthy, stay safe out there.
I hope you have a show after this.
I think I will. Hopefully, I'll have at least this one, and then maybe not another one. But I don't know. I think this will be okay.
I apologize, and
try not to cancel us, guys.
We are going to have to do a fantasy league with the Ghost of Hitler in it this year, so we're going to have to.
Please do that. Just make that a Twitter, and we'll document just Twitter's fantasy football tips, and then it's just like you just tell people to play people with blonde hair, blue eyes every single Sunday. Start them, sit them, and it's sit people that don't have blonde hair, blue eyes. So it's literally like the rest of the league.
That's a really funny Twitter. See, that's a really funny Twitter account. But nobody will get it. Hello, it's me, the Ghost of Hitler. All right, that's the good. That's it. Goodbye.
That was it. At P McLellan on Twitter. Subscribe to It's Lima Time America's Astros podcast. Whenever this baseball thing gets back going, I would assume we're gonna start getting some sods coming out of there.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, we should do an episode pretty soon here, and we'll talk 90s alt rock bands, because that's all James knows how to talk about other than baseball.
Yeah. All right, man.
All right,
anything
man,
else?
Appreciate it. No. When's your next live show? I have to.
I don't know if we can do live shows forever. Yeah, you got sick last time.
Yeah, that hurt my feelings. I'm sorry.
It's all good, bro.
Yeah,
it's all good. Well, next one we'll definitely have you out there, man.
It's Southern Star Brewery. We're Southern Star, the stars in the south. Okay, all right. So
there we go.
That's it.
All right, guys.
All right, man.
Thanks for coming on, man, and stay safe out there. And you guys, the rest of you guys, pass the gravy, you bitches.
Ooh, that dress so scandalous. You know another fella couldn't handle it.